Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Mass Minutes with Melissa. This is the fourth Sunday in Easter. Remember, Easter is a complete season, and we are celebrating it for 50 days. So this week is called Good Shepherd Sunday. We are going to hear Jesus refer to himself as the Good Shepherd. We don't see shepherds so much in today's world. But back in Jesus' time, this was a sight every person would have seen and know of. So a shepherd is someone who takes care of the sheep, okay? And they have to take them out to the pasture to eat, and they have to get a drink, and they have to move them around because once they eat all the grass in one area, they're going to have to move them. So a shepherd is in charge of moving the sheep and caring for them and making sure they are safe and well cared for. Sounds kind of like Jesus, doesn't it? Let's hear what he has to say in this parable, where he is trying to explain once again who he is in a way that the people of those times can understand. So our reading today comes from John chapter 10, verses 11 through 18. I am the good shepherd. A good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. A hired man who is not a shepherd and whose sheep are not his own sees a wolf coming and leaves the sheep and runs away, and the wolf catches and scatters them. This is because he works for pay and has no concern for the sheep. I am the good shepherd, and I know mine, and mine know me, just as the Father knows me, and I know the Father, and I will lay down my life for the sheep. I have other sheep that do not belong to this fold. These also I must lead, and they will hear my voice, and they will be one flock with one shepherd. So a good shepherd really cares for his sheep. He loves them unconditionally and unfailing. If they get into trouble, he is there to help them. If they get stuck, if they wander off, if they're hurt, he helps them. But if it's just a hired hand, a hired man looking after the sheep, that means that the sheep owner is just paying somebody to take care of his sheep. Maybe he can't do it that day or for some other reason. That hired hand doesn't love the sheep like the shepherd does. That hired hand doesn't care for the sheep like the shepherd does. In fact, we heard in our gospel reading that if a wolf comes and a wolf preys on the sheep, that hired hand is out of there. He doesn't care about the sheep. He cares about saving his own life. But that's not how Jesus is. Jesus would sacrifice everything for us, just like a good shepherd would sacrifice himself for the sheep. Jesus will never stop wanting us to know how much he loves us. He loves us no matter what. And the things he does for us, he does out of love, not because it's expected or deserved. He just does it. Are there people in your life that sacrifice for you? Are there people in your life who love you unconditionally, like Jesus? I bet there's a few. I know as a mom, I sacrifice quite a bit for my kids. And I don't do it because I have to. I do it because I love them. Like right now, I'm taking my son to soccer practice 4 nights a week in a town that we don't live in. And so I am sacrificing my time for him. And I go to the library or I sit in my car and do work or whatever. I find stuff to do so that he can do what he wants and he can practice soccer and become a great soccer player. And I sacrifice my time. I think you have people in your life that do that for you. Maybe they sacrifice their time. Maybe they sacrifice some things that they have. Has a teacher ever given you something from the classroom to help you either feel better or to understand something you're learning, or spent extra time with you trying to teach you how to do a math concept or to read better? This week, and while you're in Mass this weekend, I want you to think about those people who sacrifice for you. Who are the people in your life that love you so much and are willing to give of themselves to make your life better? And after you come up with those people, find a way that you can tell them. Maybe you could write them a card. Maybe you could tell them. Maybe if they don't live near you, you could FaceTime them so they can see your joy and your thankfulness. But this week, as we look to the Good Shepherd, let's look to the good people in our lives and tell them how much we love and appreciate them. God bless.